Time is a very interesting thing. It's a concept that we all understand but can't actually see or touch. We measure it in seconds, minutes, and hours. But what exactly is it? Some scientists believe that time is a dimension like space, while others think that it's just an illusion. But whether you believe that time is real or not, there are some crazy facts about it that you probably didn't know. Number 1. Time can be bent by gravity. One of the most fascinating things about time is that it can be affected by gravity. The stronger the gravitational field, the slower time passes. This means that time is not constant and can vary depending on where you are in the universe. If you wanted to travel back in time, you would need to find a way to create a strong gravitational field. Unfortunately, this is currently beyond our technological capabilities. Number 2. Time is relative. Time is relative, which means that it can be different for different observers. For example, if you were on a spaceship traveling at near light speed and you looked at a clock on Earth, you would see that time was passing much slower on Earth than it was on your spaceship. This is because time is affected by both gravity and motion. The stronger the gravitational field and the faster you are moving, the slower time will pass for you relative to someone who is not moving or is in a weaker gravitational field. No. 3. Time is not a flat circle. Despite what you might have heard some people say, time is not a flat circle. There is no beginning and end to time, and it's not cyclical. Rather, time is linear. It began with the Big Bang and will continue until the heat death of the universe. At the heat death of the universe, all stars will have burned out and the universe will be filled with nothing but cold, dark matter. It's possible that at this point in time, as we understand it, will cease to exist. However, it's also possible that time will continue in some other form. Number 4. Time is not the same everywhere. As we mentioned earlier, time is affected by gravity and motion. This means that time is not the same everywhere in the universe. If you were to travel to a star system with a very strong gravity, you would experience time passing much slower than you would on Earth. Additionally, if you were to leave that system and travel at near light speed, time would pass even slower for you than it would for someone who was not moving. This means that time can be very different from place to place in the universe. No. 5. Time is a human construct. While we all experience the passage of time, it's important to remember that time is ultimately a human construct. We don't actually know how to measure time objectively. We use clocks and calendars to keep track of time. But these are simply tools that we've created to help us understand the world around us. Without these tools, we wouldn't be able to measure time at all. So next time you look at a clock or check your phone for the time, remember that time is ultimately a human construct and not an objective reality. No. 6. Time is not always fair. We all know that time keeps ticking, no matter what we're doing. But did you know that time isn't always fair? Sometimes it seems like time moves faster when we're having fun and slower when we're bored. This is because our perception of time is affected by our emotions and state of mind. When we're engaged in an activity and having fun, time seems to pass more quickly because we're not aware of the passage of time. On the other hand, when we're bored, time seems to move more slowly because we're constantly aware of the passage of time. 7. Time can heal all wounds. We've all heard the saying that time heals all wounds, but is it really true? Well, there's some scientific evidence to support this claim. Our brains are constantly making new memories, and these memories can help us to overwrite negative memories. In other words, as we create new positive memories, the negative memories become less important to us. Additionally, as we grow and change as people, our perspective on things changes. What may have seemed like a big deal at one point may seem much less important in the future. This is why it's often said that time heals all wounds. Number 8. Time is the most valuable thing we have. We all know that time is valuable, but we don't always appreciate just how valuable it is. We have a limited amount of time on this earth, and once that time has passed, it can never be recovered. This is why it's important to make the most of the time we have. We should spend time with loved ones, pursue our passions, and live life to the fullest. After all, we don't know how much time we have left, so it's important to make every second count. Number 9. Time is not constant. We tend to think of time as being constant, but this is not actually the case. Time is relative, as we discussed earlier, and it can be affected by gravity and motion. This means that time is not the same everywhere in the universe, and it's not constant. If you were to travel to a black hole, for example, you would experience time slowing down significantly. This is because the gravitational field near a black hole is extremely strong. And as we mentioned earlier, strong gravity can slow down time. So if you were to fall into a black hole, you would experience time slowing down to a stop. From your perspective, it would seem like time had stopped completely. Number 10. Time travel is theoretically possible. While time travel is often seen as a fantasy, it is actually theoretically possible. According to Einstein's theory of general relativity, it is possible to travel back in time. However, this would require creating a time machine, which is currently beyond our technological capabilities. Some scientists believe that time machines could eventually be possible by manipulating space-time. We could create a wormhole, for example. We could travel back in time by entering the wormhole at one end and coming out at the other. Although time travel remains a fantasy for now, it is possible that it will become a reality in the future. In conclusion, time is a complex and fascinating phenomenon. We still don't understand it completely. But these 10 crazy facts about time show that there is much more to time than meets the eye. From the fact that time can be bent by gravity to the possibility of time travel, there's a lot that we don't know about time. But one thing's for sure, time is never boring. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you never miss out on our latest videos. And if you have any thoughts or opinions about time, feel free to share them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.